These are the cards I pulled for the collective during the current time frame leading into the full moon in Sagittarius. She who sees, observe, perceive, scrutinize. I can't say enough about this card. I love her. I love that she's wearing this headdress. She sees with the headdress as well as her own vision. So she's like got double vision. Through the ancient knowledge, as well as what she can see and observe with her own two eyes. And along with that, I pulled the Vision Quest card. Now, without reading the description of this card, you can just look at it and kind of get a sense of what the interpretation of this card I get. Along with She Who Sees, both of these archetypes, we'll just say, because we don't need to say gender. Everybody can take this accordingly, whoever's watching this. I just keep hearing reckless abandon. And she looks to be in movement and dance. It's almost like moving the energy is helping her to see more clearly. It's very much a card of movement. I mean, she's surrounded by flames and bursts of little stardust, because here's the moon. Here's like a half moon here. And then her heart is illuminated here. And then along with it, she's got, you know, it looks like very Native American elements there. Like almost like she's also in uniform or headdress. She's performing a ritual, a tribal ritual, a moon ritual, moon dance. And this is a card that represents to me the sun and the moon in one card, because it clearly looks like she's lit up by the light of the moon. It looks from the background that this is dark, nighttime possibly, but it also looks like the sun to me. So it's almost like a culmination of both. It's fascinating, really, and I love the movement within it. So I believe, you know, the quest is really our own internal quest to find out what we're here for. What are we exactly here for? What is our purpose? A vision quest is very much a singular process. Otherwise, she'd be surrounded by all of her tribe, you know. And then I got this one. She who is wild, untamed, wild, mysterious. Sauvage. Oh yeah, that one was Makita. I like that name, by the way. Sauvage. Savage. We could just say savage. But again, she's in movement. And these birds seem to be helping her remember her freedom, her wildness, unbound. It almost looks like she has these bindings here that she's breaking free from. Like with the pillars in the back, it's like she's leaving behind. Oh, wait. Okay, that's like a decanter or something. She's leaving behind all of these trappings. And it makes me think of like ancient Rome, or, you know, the well, the past. What we knew to be true in the past. Breaking free of that. It can't be tamed. Her movement can't be tamed. She's going to move regardless, and these birds are reminding her that she's free. I see a lot of birds. I work with birds, actually. I have a family of crows that's been following me and working with me for years. I actually also believe that I'm guided by Morrigan. I work with Morrigan. And I'll do another video on that, but obviously these are purple birds. Well, they look purple. And purple is royalty, so it's almost like she's remembering her royalty. Her royalty within. She doesn't need a throne or anyone telling her who she is. She's broken free of that. She's just her complete wild self. And she'll dance when she wants. She'll do whatever she wants to without these bindings. I don't think I pulled in. This is gonna go with a different card, I think, but I did. These are other ones that I pulled. Now I'm going, okay, with that one I'm gonna pull this one. So along with Untamed, we're gonna go with the Curse. This card is 14, which breaks down to a 5. The Curse is karma. And there's so much in this card, but I just want to say, you know, first and foremost, karma is, I just did a video where I mentioned it's not up to us to decide anyone's karma. I don't believe in dark magic or spells or anything like that. I work with the light. I just know without speaking about it, karma exists. And I don't need to speak about it. It's cosmic law. It doesn't need to be spoken about. I think this is a warning too, because that hand is black covering her mouth. I'm going to leave that open to interpretation. To anyone who sees this may know what I'm referring to, but it's not up to us to say or talk about anyone else's karma. And that's why I've held off on doing tarot readings in the traditional way on this channel. That mouth being covered, her eyes being opened, and again with these other cards mentioning vision quest and she who sees, we know. We know. But guess who else knows? God, source, divine, spirit, whatever you call the one, the all-seeing. The all-seeing knows, doesn't have to speak. It's automatic, it's already done, it's handled. Nothing more needs to be said about it. It's a gift and a curse, because we do know you'll be shown sometimes in dreams or visions. Again, vision quest. You'll be shown what may come for people. Sorry about the noise. Like I said in another video, I had held off wanting to do videos down here because it's kind of busy today. kind of funny to hear children. Mom's sitting here talking about karma and the curse. They're just enjoying the day at the stream. They're probably going to go fishing or catch some fish, maybe. You're not supposed to go swimming down here, but some people do. There's like a rope swing down there. People can jump in. But the majority of families come down here and bring their kids down here to fish. Or just have picnics by the water, the streams. Anyway, so that's all I'll say about that. And these bugs are biting me up, so I'm going to make this a little quick. She who emerges, Kamala. Funny that her name's Kamala. Enlightenment, mindfulness, rise up. So she's in the water with this, which is the subconscious in my interpretation. She's hopeful, even though she's kind of in this murky, foggy environment. This flower with its burst of light is reminding her to keep the faith, to rise above what the depths may want to show us, to rise above any karma, past lives or other, to remember that we can come out of it fairly unscathed if we try to do the right things. To remember who we are. She looks like someone who looks vulnerable and innocent, but also she's sure of herself. She's wearing this dress, it's kind of weighing her down in the water, but she's emerging. And the way she's carefully holding the flower, she's mindful. She's not destructive, she's mindful. And with that, I'll also bring up the beloved card, because this is again 5, and this is the heart chakra. This is the reminder that you are beloved. Hands again. But see, this time hands, no one's covering anyone's mouth. These are hands just, you know, when you tell someone, I'll hold your heart in my hands, that's what I'm hearing. God, Source, Divine, they were never allowed, you'll never be abandoned, you will never be forsaken if you remember that you are beloved. You are a beloved child of God. You are, even if you're 89 years old, you're still a child of God. Your heart is being held in the hands of the divine. Number 5, change. The changes are occurring as long as we remember where the heart space is. Red is, you know, the sacral chakra. So this says to me too, you know, don't, if you want to be on your divine path, because that's who I'm speaking to. I'm not speaking to anyone who's not resonating with this. You may not want to just give yourself away frivolously, meaning, you know, in sexual, physical, intimate relationships. You're sacred. You're a beloved child of God. Remember that. It doesn't mean you have to be totally, you know, abstinent, or you can make those decisions, obviously, if you're an adult and you choose to be celibate or not. That's your decision. But when you do connect with people, remember that they also are beloved. Treat them that way. Treat them, they are a beloved child of God. Even if they don't feel like that, even if they aren't acting like that in the moment, they are. We all are. It's the choices we make that makes us diverge from our path. And there's bugs crawling on these. I thought this was going to be... I really thought that this rock was going to be a good place to do this, because I always come up here and sit, but I haven't been here in a long time in the spring, summer. So, she who guides, new path, Maputla. New path, guide, renewal. Here again, another bird, and she looks angelic. And when I pulled that, I pulled this with it because this too reminds me of angels. It's the upper world. It is angels. It's our spirit guides. It's those who are part of the upper world, passed on loved ones. And the crazy thing is that 59 breaks down to 14, which breaks down to 5. Did I do it right? Yeah, breaks down to another 5. So that's again change. So the wings here are showing us we have the ability to remember our wings, our freedom, our free will. Yeah, we do have free will. We also have the ability to ascend. And this is a card of Ascension. And this is our guide. And she's representative of our guide. It can be birds. If you work with birds, the birds are guiding you. If you're familiar with your spirit guides, if you connect with spirit guides, that's who this card represents. But it's also reminding you that there's a new way being born. The blue crown chakra, I believe. So remember your wings. Now these are in opposition, and that's why I have these last, along with the Sorcerer. I love the Sorcerer card. I love the power that this card exudes. Again, she's part of the previous cards in that the feathers here. I collect feathers. My guides and my birds, they leave me feathers. They really do. I know it's going to sound crazy, but I get left feathers quite often. And I have them in all colors. Most recently, though, I think it was 2 days ago, a crow left me a feather. And like I said, I work with the crows, so this card speaks to me's power, though. I know some people want to take this in a dark manner, the Sorcerer, but like the first two cards, well, like the first one in particular, Makita, she's donning a specific, with the feathers, the costume she's got on. I called it a uniform before. Well, she's dressed up, right, for the purpose of her rituals, the elements she's working with. Of course, if you can see here, all the colors are represented of the chakras. Here. The orange and the yellow, solar plexus and the sacral. And the sun. So even though the Sorcerer usually works at night, she's guided by the sun. So she's not working in the dark. She's not working with dark magic. In my eyes, that's my interpretation of this one. Now she can, which is why she remembers her animal instinct, which is where the bird feathers come in for me. And she's also got some type of fur on. You know, she works with animals. She's also reminding us of our carnal nature. And we do need to work with our magic to keep that in check. We are still human underneath. The animal urges, we are still human underneath. So we can't get carried away in this. This is reminding us to stay grounded, yes, work with the animals, but also remember that we're light and we can ascend. So whatever we're going through in any given time, you know, we're talking about the current energy right now, which is tough. It's tough for a lot of people. So this message altogether was so powerful, I had to share it, because when I pulled these cards, I wasn't really trying to do anything in particular. I wasn't asking any particular questions. I wasn't trying to get any, you know, I simply was pulling them for the energy, because I was feeling I was feeling it. And so I wanted to know where it was coming from. Now these two, again, on almost every card, I love these El-Ki cards, because in almost every card there is an animal representation. This one is the dead skull of a horse. I think that's a horse. And she's also got gear on here. She who stands, Valencia, and she who prepares, Zenith. I love these. And these remind me of resolute, implacable, determined, formulate, strategize, devise. Now, these are the warrior cards. It's almost like, from the way I pulled these out, so the Vision Quest was the first card, and then the Makita, the She Who Sees. So it's like the Sorcerer is the all-knowing. She sees what's coming. It's not going to be an easy battle. Do you see how everyone is dressed, prepared for battle in different ways? Everyone has to come, you know, meaning those who, Guardians of the Light, Star Seeds, spiritual teachers, whoever you resonate with, everyone has to bring their talents to the table, is how I'm taking these cards. Everyone has to bring their talents, because this is a collective energy, meaning that we're all having to work together to ascend above dark energy, dark negative forces, karmic events we're working through. I mean, if you haven't believed in astrology to this year, you're going to believe in it after this year, I'm telling you, because the astrology says it all. We're working through very old timelines. We're seeing them in modern time. You know, we're working them out. We're playing them out almost in a play. You can look at it, you know, I heard one astrologer mention Gemini season is playful. So I believe, you know, we can take some playful we can try to be playful when we go through these things to an extent. But we have to remember the warriors within us. And we have to plan and strategize for things that we may not know or predict. Everyone, you know, and I'm saying this because I feel like there's different communities, first of all. I may watch some videos or resonate with some people that you may not. If you're watching this video, I don't know. You know, you may have different things you believe, but I see a lot of people talking like they know everything, and they already know this is that, and this is that, and then this is going to happen. You know, we are creators of our reality to an extent. We are creators of our reality to an extent. I was trying to stop that bug from coming over here and getting on the cards. It's going to be hard for me to keep doing that, but I think I'm about to be done. But I just want to say, you know, none of us really has the answers. It is the unknown at this point. And to be a true mystic, you have to be able to say that you have to be able to have the capability in your ego to say you don't know. You don't have the answers. And that's what I'm coming here to say. I just pulled these cards as kind of a just a view on another way of looking at how things are going right now in the world and in my little world, and maybe something that you may be able to relate to in your little world, wherever you're watching this from, or energetically. So these two cards, you know, to close it off, I'm just going to say that it's be ready for it. You know, a lot of the tarot community's been like saying, you know, the unexpected, oh, the unexpected, you're gonna hit the jackpot, you're gonna do this, you're gonna marry your love, and I mean, it's just like these greatest messages, but be ready for anything. Yeah, that could happen. That could very well happen. You know, I've always been an optimistic person, so I'm hoping that we will come out of this time in a better, with a better future for all of us, where we can develop more love. But we have to admit that we don't know. We don't know. So be prepared. Be prepared. Use your good nature, your talents. I love these cards though. I'll just let you look at them one more time. Like, look at her. She is just... I love the costumes. That's a badass costume right there. Every time I pull this card, it just makes me, I just want to say badass. Zenith. Strategize. As a Sagittarius rising, I'm pretty good at strategy. So I feel like even though I don't know what's going on, for the most part, I can say that I'm going to bring my heart to the forefront. Remember that you are beloved. Remember that card the most, because that's what's really key here. The beloved in you is the beloved in me. So with that being said, I'm gonna end this card reading, this little mini read, I guess, for the collective. And leave you with this beautiful, serene setting. I hope you get to get out in nature if you feel so inclined, if you have that ability. If not, I hope you and your loved ones are well. And thank you again for checking out my channel. Again, my name's Maeve Maiden. I may change it to Mystical Maeve Maiden. But for now, I'm Maeve Maiden, and I appreciate you coming by. Have a great day, great weekend, and a happy now.